I'm here and my sister's like,
I pick locks for fun, and I teach people how to pick locks. And I've opened all kinds of locks from cars to high-security padlocks, but I'm not a master criminal as far as I know. In most of the United States, lockpicks are legal to own, provided that you work on things you own or have permission of the owner to work on. If I walk into your I used to work as an audio engineer, so I can sympathize with this.
Can you maybe stand up a little bit?
Sure. Can I get, will that? Do I have to speak on durian too? So, I pick locks for fun, and I've taught people how to pick locks. Open all kinds of locks, from cars to high-security padlocks. Lockpicks are legal in the United States, provided that you're not doing something illegal with them. If I show up at your house and help carry box after box of stuff out of your house, that's totally legal, provided I'm helping you move. If instead I happen to be stealing your stuff, that's illegal, and lockpicks become a burglary tool. It's much easier to simply break a window and steal the stuff than to pick the lock on your front door. But locks keep people out, right? No. They're a token that is a permission-based system that is remarkably vulnerable. They're a cookie jar. Everybody knows you're not supposed to take cookies out, but unless mom says no, you can go in anyways. Incidentally, that picture of keys there, you can decode those with that picture and make a copy and open that door. Those weren't my keys. So what happens inside of a Can you hold it for me?
Keep going.
So how does lockpicking actually work? Unlike the movies, you take two tools, and you're going to apply a little bit of tension to the core, which would have made a lot more sense if my previous slides hadn't had a little bit of feedback on them. So the tension wrench, you turn the core, and that's going to apply tension to the pins. One of those pins is going to bind up first. If we apply just a little bit of tension to that pin, we can make that pin stick, and then we can take the pick. You can see the blue pin binding there, and the red pin theoretically stuck underneath it. We're going to take a pick, reach up inside for that little tiny piece of brass, which is smaller than a grain of rice, and feel around inside until we find the one that is binding. We're then going to lift that up until it hits the shear line, which is where the pins cross, the key pin versus the driver pin, and it will click into place. Then we're going to do that over and over again until we get through all 5 or 6 pins. Now, we can use physics too, and it's a lot easier. Bump keys, pick guns. You know those click-clack office executive steel marble widgets? It's exactly not like that, but they give you a break between the pins that you can use to open the lock. Similarly, you can bypass the key entirely, reach up inside, pull back something by ignoring the key, and pop the lock. You can even use a balloon. If you're very, very careful, you can, I needed to pay more attention to my tearing up of metal bits here, I'm sorry. If you're very careful, you can take a balloon and release it and launch it into a space with a mechanically controlled lock, or a motion sensor, that will then sense someone inside leaving because you let the balloon go and let you in. At this point, I'm supposed to be opening this lock with this beer can. However, in the grand tradition of lock sport demonstrations, this will happen 10 minutes after I'm done speaking. The Brahma Challenge lock was created in 1790 as a demonstration piece, and it took 67 years and was finally opened in 51 hours over 16 days. So locks are pretty secure in and of themselves if they're designed well. So why do I like picking locks? I learned things about design and how to make designs better. If you want to learn more about lock picking or want to hear the rest of my speech or spiel, you can find me most Wednesdays at Twin Cities Maker or the first Tuesday of every month at Locksport International's Open Lock Sport meeting, also hosted by Twin Cities Maker. I should thank Dev and Tool for their great slides, which you saw but didn't hear me speak about. And I hope to see you all Saturday night at North Star Roller Girls Punk Rock themed roller derby.